Hello, welcome back to Daily Bread, Day 155. We'll be reading from the Book of Scriptures, 2009. We'll be reading Deuteronomy chapter 14, Isaiah 15, Psalms 3, Proverbs 4, and 1 Corinthians chapter 8. Deuteronomy chapter 14, on page 201. You are the children of Yahweh, your Elohim. Do not cut yourselves, nor shave the front of your head for the dead. For you are a set-apart people to Yahweh, your Elohim. And Yahweh has chosen you to be the people for himself, a treasured possession above all the peoples who are on the face of the earth. Do not eat whatever is abominable. These are the living creatures which you do eat: ox, sheep, goat, deer, gazelle, roebuck, and wild goat, mountain goat, antelope, mountain sheep, and every beast that has a split hoof, divided in two, chewing the cud among the beasts you do eat. But those chewing the cud, or those having a split hoof completely divided, you do not eat, such as these: the camel, the hare, and the rabbit. For they chew the cud, but they do not have a split hoof. They are unclean for you. And the pig is unclean for you, because it has a split hoof, but does not chew the cud. You do not eat the flesh, or touch their dead carcasses. These you do eat of all that are in the waters. For they that have fins and scales you do eat, and whatever does not have fins and scales you do not eat. It is unclean for you. Any clean bird you do eat, but these you do not eat: the eagle, the vulture, the black vulture, the red kite, the falcon, the buzzard, and after their kinds, and every raven after its kind, the ostrich, the nighthawk, and the seagull, and the hawk after their kinds, the little owl, the great owl, and the white owl, and the pelican, and the carrion vulture, and the fisher owl, and the stork, the heron after its kind, and the hohop, and the bat. Every creeping insect that flies is unclean for you. They are not to be eaten. Any clean bird you do eat. You do not eat whatever dies of itself. Give it to the sojourner who is within your gates to eat it, or sell it to a foreigner. For you are set apart people to Yahweh your Elohim. Do not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. You shall tithe without fail all the yield of your grain that the field brings forth year by year. You shall eat before Yahweh your Elohim, in the place where he chooses to make his name dwell. The tithe of your grain, and your new wine, and your oil, and the firstlings of your herds, and your sheep, so that you learn to fear Yahweh your Elohim always. But when the way is too long for you, so that you are not able to bring the tithe, or when the place where Yahweh your Elohim chooses to put his name is too far from you, when Yahweh your Elohim is blessing you, then you shall give it in silver, and shall take the silver in your hand, and go to the place which Yahweh your Elohim chooses. And you shall use the silver for whatever your being desires for cattle or sheep or wine or strong drink, for whatever your being desires. And you shall eat there before Yahweh your Elohim, and you shall rejoice you and you shall rejoice, you and your household. Do not forsake the Levite, for who is in your gate, for he has no part nor inheritance with you. At the end of every third year you bring out all the tithe of your increase of that year, and store it up within your gates. And the Levite, because he has no portion nor inheritance with you, and the sojourner, fatherless, and the widow, who are within your gates, shall come and eat and be satisfied, so that Yahweh your Elohim does bless you in all the work of your hand which you do. On the Isaiah 15 on page 426. The message concerning Moab, because the night era of Moab was laid waste with silence, because in the night Jer of Moab was laid waste with silence. He has gone up to the house of Dibon in the high place to weep. Moab is wailing over Nebo and over Mahanaim. On their heads is baldness, and every beard is cut off. In their streets they shall put sackcloth on the tops of their houses, and in their streets everyone wails, weeping bitterly. And Heshbon and Eliah cry out, their voice shall be heard as far as Yahatz. Therefore the armed ones of Moab shout, his being shall tremble within him. His own heart is toward Moab. Her fugitives cry unto Sahar, like a 3-year-old heifer. For by the ascent of Lehath they go up with weeping. For in the way of Horonaim they raise a cry of destruction. For the waters of Niram are wastes, for the green grass has withered away, the grass fails, there is no greenness. Therefore the wealth acquired and stored up they take away to the wadi of the willows. For the cry has gone around all the borders of Moab, in wailing into Eglaim, and its wailing to Berhalim. For the waters of Dinium shall be filled with blood, for I shall bring more upon Dinium, lions upon him who escaped from Moab, and on the remnant of the land. Psalms 3 on page 648. O Yahweh, how my adversaries have increased, many rising up against me. Many are saying of me, there is no deliverance for him in Elohim, Salah. But you, Yahweh, are a shield for me, my esteem, and the one lifting up my head. I cried out to Yahweh with my voice, and he heard me from his set-apart mountain, Salah. I lay down and slept. I awoke, for Yahweh sustained me. I am not afraid of 10,000 of people who have set themselves against me all around. Arise, O Yahweh, save me, O my Elohim, because you have stricken all my enemies on the cheek. You have broken the teeth of the wrong. Deliverance belongs to Yahweh. Your blessing is on your people, Salah. Proverbs 4 on page 732. Children, listen to the discipline of a father, and give attention to no understanding. For I gave you good instructions. Do not forsake my Torah, for I was my father's son, tender, and the only one in the eyes of my mother. Then he taught me, and said to me, Let your heart hold fast my words, guard my commands, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, do not forget, and do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not leave her, let her guard you. Love her, and let her watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is get wisdom, and with all your getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and let her lift you up, and let her uplift you. She brings you esteem when you embrace her. She gives your head a fair wreath. She shields you with an adoring crown. Hear, my son, and accept my words, and let the years of your life be many. I have taught you in the way of wisdom. I have led you in straight paths. When you walk, your steps shall not be hindered, and if you run, you shall not stumble. Become strong in discipline. Do not let go. Watch over her, for she is your life. Do not enter the path of the wrong, and do not walk in the way of evildoers. Avoid it. Do not pass by it. Turn away from it and pass on. For they do not sleep unless they have done evil, and their sleep is taken away unless they make someone fall. For they have eaten the bread of wrongdoing, and they drink the wine of violence. But the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn, that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. The way of the wrong is like darkness. They do not know at what they stumble. My son, listen to my words, incline your ear to my sayings. Let them not depart from your eyes, guard them in the midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and healing to all their flesh. Watch over your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the sources of life. Turn away from a crooked mouth, and put perverse lips far from you. Let your eyes look forward, and your eyelids look straight before you. Consider the path of your feet, and all your ways are established. Do not turn to the right or left. Turn your foot away from evil. Corinthians 8 on page 1111, 1111. And concerning food offered to idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. If anyone thinks that he knows somewhat, he does not know as he should know. But if anyone loves Elohim, this one is known by him. So then, concerning the eating of food offered to idols, we know that an idol is no matter in all the world, and that there is no other Elohim but one. For even if there are so-called mighty ones, whether in heaven or on earth, as there are many mighty ones and many masters, for us there is one Elohim, the Father, for whom all came, and from whom we live, and one Master, Yeshua Messiah, through whom all came, and through whom we live. However, not all have this knowledge, but some, being aware of the idol, until now eat it, as having been offered to an idol, so their conscience being weak is defiled. But food does not condemn us to Elohim, for we are none the better if we eat, nor any worse for not eating. But look to it, lest somehow this right of yours becomes a stumbling block to those who are weak. For if anyone sees you who have knowledge eating in an idol's place, shall not his conscience, if he is weak, he be built up to eat food offered to idols? So this weak brother, for whom Messiah died, shall perish through your knowledge? Now sinning is in this way, because now sinning in this way against the brothers, and wounding your weak conscience, you sin against Messiah. Therefore, if food makes my brother stumble, I am never again going to eat meat, lest I make my brother stumble. Shalom. Make it a great day. Read your Bible and talk to the Father.